Client has entered a plea of not guilty. Where do the people stand on bail?
The people ask that the defendant be held without bail. Mr. Morgan is a textbook flight risk.
Your Honor, if I may.
Miss Miller, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you, Your Honor. If the defendant had wanted to fly, believe me, he would have flown already. Instead, he turned himself in. Mr. Morgan is eager for his day in court to prove his innocence.
After disappearing for years, allowing his loved ones to believe he was dead, and only resurfacing in a shooting that left a member of local law enforcement in mortal peril.
If esteemed counsel will allow me to finish.
I apologize. Thought you finished.
No. Mr. Morgan has deep ties to this community. Your Honor, he is the son of the late Alan Quartermain and Dr. Monica Quartermain.
It is worth noting that Mr. Morgan's rap sheet is longer than a CVS receipt.
Your Honor, since this discussion is about bail, as it pertains to the current charges against my client, not his long, long list of acquittals and dismissals, we ask that Mr. Morgan be released on his own recognizance.
It is also worth noting the brutality of the crimes involved. There is video evidence placing Mr. Morgan at the warehouse where an attempt was made on the life of Sonny Corinthos, Mr. Morgan's former business partner, and DNA evidence places Mr. Morgan on the pier where Detective Falconeri was shot using armor-piercing bullets. Said evidence also places the defendant in direct contact with the victim.
This DNA evidence could only exist if the item in question had been used to staunch Detective Falconeri's bleeding.
The defendant fled and evaded capture for days. These are the actions of a guilty man.
Right, because only guilty individuals want to avoid incarceration. Your Honor, may I remind the court of the PCPD's long history of demonstrated bias against my client.
Oh, I wonder why.
Thank you both. Indeed, I am familiar with the PCPD's history with Mr. Morgan and Mr. Morgan's history with the law. And I'm ready to make my ruling. Bail is set at $5 million. Court is in recess.
All rise.
Well, I hope you brought your checkbook.
You want to come to court without it?
Can you just give me a minute?